Hey everyone, Serotonin 2501 here, bringing you part 1 of a new game. Came out in 1994 by Hudson Soft. This is Super Adventure Island 2. Now, the Adventure Island series had been around for quite a few years. It was actually an early title for the NES, the original one. The Adventure Island series was predominantly a side-scrolling action kind of game. Whereas you play as Master Higgins, basically you just run from one side to the other, jumping over obstacles, you get weapons that you can throw, things like that. Super Adventure Island 2 is a little bit of a different game to where it was more of an adventure game instead of an action game. Very much almost like a Metroidvania kind of game. So, a lot of exploration. It's a really fun game. The visuals are really good for the time. They were very well done. Music was really well done as well. So we get kind of a background here. So, wash up on the shore, basically have no memory. So that's pretty much the intro. So we're going to go ahead and get started. There we go. I had to plug my headset in there. So we'll talk to the king here. Start. This is in Poca Island. He's going to go ahead and give us 100 coins to start. And we'll be off. So we can kind of see how it's laid out. Each individual islands with the center, with Waku Waku being in the center. Now everything's kind of cut off right now by these gates, which will eventually get the ability to lower as we progress. So you said she was in Poka Poka Island, so that's where we're gonna go first. Check what's over here really quick. What these are healing sprays. So as you can see, I'm now at full life again. These will also come into play later on with once we start getting magic, which we will get later on in the game. So right now we just have the ability to punch, but we'll be picking up different weapons here soon. These blocks, we'll find out what the purpose of those are here in actually a quick second. Every island's going to have one of these switches with a different icon. And as you see, when we turn the switch on, then those blocks solidify. So there's a lot of puzzles in this game that factor in with those blocks to where we have to either turn them on or turn them off. First weapon, the silver sword. Now we can go up this way. This will take us over here, which these are basically paths between islands that will come into factor later on. You just don't have you have to come from one island to the other, and obviously we're on the wrong side, so get some much needed health. Just getting worried there for a second. So now that we have the sword, break the block. But before we continue on, we've drained this lake now, and if we open this chest, we get a life bottle, which is a half a heart. So that's more health is always good. We're gonna go ahead and take a swim here. Over here we see some moon blocks. I think you can probably figure out what these blocks are for, but we don't have the ability yet. And there's another healing spring. Sunblocks. So I'm going to go off to the left. We don't need to go off to the right just yet. That's for later on. If we go down here, this basically takes us back to where we were earlier. Get a new weapon, the dagger, which isn't really a difference between this right now and the silver sword, just that it's a long-range attack. If I could please stop getting hit by everything. Something red because I need health. I don't need magic. Okay, that helps a little bit. Can I get another one? There we go. Much better. So now we're on to the boss. Boss is pretty straightforward. Just dodge his hands, whack his face. It's easy. So with that, we get the light stone. Now we hear a voice. It's Tina, but we don't even really know who she is. She's in Haya Island. So, with the light stone, we can take down one of the gates. But first, now we have access to Boa Boa Island, but that's not where we want to go, as we were told earlier, so... But if we look, nearby there's another cave. Boss fight here, which gives us the Sunstone. So now that we have the Sunstone, we can retract the next gate and get to Haya Island. Now we can't get into Haya Island just yet. So the next three islands, there's an item that we need to get in order to unlock it. So we're gonna go try traveling around. Come to that one later. Gotta love random encounters. Another healing spring. Now this is where we needed to go here. This guy, we learned the ability to move those big obstacles. Alright, so now, that first area that we skipped, we can go there now. But first, we gotta deal with more of these guys. And we get the ice bell. Ow. Gotta be careful about to eat it. So now we're at Haya Island, and using the ice bell, we can summon the ice giant, who cometh and breaketh openeth the dooreth for us. Ith. And that go ahead and gives us access to Haya Island. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. We'll take on Haya Island in the next video. If you like what you see, please like, favorite, and subscribe. If you have any ideas for me, you can leave them in the comments, or you can like me on Facebook and leave the comments there. Until next time, I'm Serotonin 2501. Stay happy, people.